special. This is Augusta National. This is the Masters.
Now, earlier this morning, one of the Masters' cherished traditions, the honorary starters out there to get the tournament underway. Golf's preeminent global ambassador, Gary Player, a three-time Masters champion, got him started and finished with that classic leg kick. Jack Nicklaus, of course, six-time Masters tournament winner, one of the game's greatest icons, synonymous with Augusta National. And Tom Watson, Masters champion in 1977 and 1981. I can tell you that all three, not surprisingly, knocked it in the fairway to the delight of the patrons assembled. It was then that the Masters tournament was officially declared underway. From the Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia, EA Sports so proudly presents the Masters. Today, we begin this annual rite of spring amongst the blossoming azaleas and dogwoods, live opening round coverage of this tradition that is truly unlike any other. This is going to be a compelling 4 days of golf. A lot of storylines to follow as we move through the weekend, and we take a look at the leaderboard here in round one. And the leader is Billy Horschel. He's on the move early at 5 under par. So, Frank, we look at this young golfer, really off to as good a start as you could hope to have as a professional, earning this invitation to Augusta National as a rookie. Still looking for that first career win. What would have to go right to have that big breakthrough here at the Masters?
Rich, this is just literally, figuratively, just jump into the deep end. Experience can count for a lot, but in this situation, you don't have a choice. You're going to go to Augusta. You're going to drive down Magnolia Lane for the very, very first time. People are going to tell you, well, you need experience and all that. It doesn't matter, really. Just have the shots, have the game, go there, and you might just surprise yourself.
Oh, man, it looked good initially, but rolled off the green and back into the fairway. That stings. Straightforward pitch shot here, 35 yards.
Oh, boy. Far from a good shot, that.
Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. Okay, it's a bogey here at first. And she's going to fall here to +1. Moving on to the 575-yard par 5 second at Augusta National. One of two par 5s on this first 9. Reachable in 2 for many in the field, but the green is protected by large, deep bunkers. And that's going to play just fine. So after the early bogey, the response is a solid tee shot here at the second. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5.
Normally they stick a tee in one end and a flag in the other. You advance the way. But that second shot on this par 5, that completely took the green out of play. Airmailed. That is a big mistake.
A chance now to get back to even here at 2. It's for birdie. Nah, missed it left. That's a letdown. That finished off for a par here at the second, and she'll stay at 1 over. Onward now to the classic 350-yard par 4 third hole here at Augusta National. Best probably to hit short of the 4 fairway bunkers and then have a full shot into this green, which slopes right to left. And this is going to get way up there at 3. That a very good drive.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Now to the fourth, an excellent par 3. This requires a solid, pure strike. You can't fake it on this hole, and you're happy to walk away with 3. difficult from there. It's into the second cut here at the par 3. Looking now at her second to this par 3.
Just hit it way too hard, and you don't get enough spin on the ball, it is going to fly out of that lie.
It is always so hard to judge the flight coming out of that kind of line. Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Well, you miss 100% of the putts that don't get there, right? Lesson learned. Okay, that one finished off for a 5 here at the par 3. And she'll drop to 3 over. Inspired by the road hole at the old course at St. Andrews, the 495-yard par 4 fifth. This an excellent par 4, second longest at Augusta National. Uphill slightly and dogleg to the left. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. Right in the fairway and 180 yards from here. Well, not as close to the pin as you'd like, but when you find greens in regulation on a regular basis, you're going to have a chance. Oh, maybe a misread there, and that curls by to the left. Okay, that one brushed in for bogey here at the 5th. And that's going to drop her down to 4 over par. Another good par 3 here on this first 9. It's the 180-yard par 3 6th. Elevated tee, 2-tiered green. Chance to make it 2, but you need to be precise on the tee. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. Now this, her second into this par 3.
It's a slow start, and you can blame it on the short game. The hits just keep coming. This is a struggle, that's for sure, and the score looks like it's going to accelerate as well.
Not quite online, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Okay, this par 3 shows its teeth. It is a double bogey. And that's going to move her down to 6 over par. On to hole number 7 now, a par 4 at 450 yards. It's one of the narrower holes on the course, so precision is more important than power off the tee. The second shot is no bargain either, with a total of 5 bunkers completely surrounding a fairly small green. That's got to be disappointing. Good line in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Just too tough to control out of the sand. That one unable to hold the green. It'll run off into the short stuff. That one in. It is a bogey here at the 7. And that is going to drop her to +7. We move now to the 8th here at Augusta. This is an uphill 570-yard par 5. Avoid the fairway bunker off the tee, and reaching into is definitely a possibility. Nope, that's going to get into the bunker right here at 8, and that is not going to be one that you can get a lot of club on. Just want to get this into a good approach range, her second to the par 5. Yeah, that's a good shot. Sand takes away any chance of going for the green in 2, but this is a nice recovery here to get back on track.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and she'll remain 7 over for the tournament. Par 4 9th is intriguing here at Augusta National. This is where you can see just how hilly the golf course is. It may not show up on television that way, but you can certainly feel it as you make your way up to this 9th green. This is going to be a beautiful drop down the hill into the big clearing, and it'll set up a good look at this 9th green. That is just a beautiful shot. This is why you practice these shots from under 100 yards. You've bombed your drive. Now it's time for the touch shot. Zip one in there close. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game. It's a slow start, and you can blame it on the short game. Certainly been a struggle, and in this hole here, more bad shots than good shots. You need something good to happen quickly.
Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And she'll fall even further here to 8 over par. Start of the second 9 here at Augusta National is also the start of a difficult stretch. These two par 4s, 10 and 11, all you want, and then you get up to that challenging little par 3, 12. So the first 9 complete on to the second 9 here at Augusta National, which of course begins with the par 4 10. Frank, our featured golfer, the rookie, having some growing pains, we'll call it, on those first 9 holes.
Yeah, you could call it that. It's going to be an interesting second 9 here to play, because if you get a little reckless, you can add up that score very, very quickly. On the flip side, if you're smart on the second 9 and sort of position the ball well around the golf course, there's quite a few opportunities coming in to really turn this round around.
Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
We have 129 yards to get you to the front of the green. 134 the number all the way to the flag. The pin up front in the right-hand corner of the green.
I imagine a miss club, because that ball sailed past the flag. Really just fortunate to stay on the back of the green.
Tell you what, lag putting, such an underrated part of the game, and that is well done there. So that's in for par to start this backside, and that's going to keep her at +8. On now to the second hardest hole in Masters history, the 520-yard par 4 11. It's been noted that the great Bobby Jones always wanted there to be a wide gap between a good tee shot and a bad one. Thus, in keeping with that spirit, this hole was lengthened 15 yards back in 2022. So here we go. Those first 10 holes were memorable enough in this first professional round at Augusta National, but now here's where things really start to get interesting. Frank, you know it as well as anyone. This is where you call the Masters every year. After this tee shot, it is a first trip through Amen Corner.
And right you are, Rich. A lot of people think Amen Corner is 11, 12, and 13, but it starts actually on the second shot into 11, and the tee shot at 13 is the finish of Amen Corner. But it's also where you start to see water at the very, very first time. You hit a nice tee shot on 11, and you will look at the pond just short, and the water, which is Rays Creek, that protect the back of the screen and then leads into the 12th hole. So it's an amazing part. I think it's a special part in golf. Number one, you feel privileged to be able to play the golf course, let alone compete in the Masters. But it's also where all the action invariably seems to start at Augusta National.
Third shot coming up now from the bunker.
Yeah, the green just didn't want to hold that one. That'll run off into the short grass.
Well, Frank, you know it's not ideal, but sometimes psychologically a bogey's not that bad.
It would have been easy to come completely off the rails there. So all in all, I'd take a bogey.
Safely in. Yeah, it's a bogey here at number 11. And her slide continues. She'll drop to 9 over par.
Well, nowhere on this golf course are the colors more vibrant than right here. Hole number 12. So easy on the eyes. So much harder is figuring the mysterious winds. The answers lie somewhere near the top of those towering pines that kiss the Georgia sky. Augusta's beguiling beauty. Golden Bell. All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Well, Iona's had a good look. Now this for birdie.
Yeah, it's a long putt, so pace is important, but there's not a whole lot to it. I fancy the chances of getting this close.
Yeah, that's not too bad from that far back. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And she'll remain at 9 over par. On now to hole number 13, the iconic par 5 Azalea. This hole had some modifications made to it prior to the 2023 Masters that added 35 yards of length to stretch out a new total of 545 yards. So what had traditionally been the easiest hole on the course now has a new challenge to it as players decide on their second shot whether to risk carrying that tributary to Rays Creek that frames the front of this green. And that will do just fine. Oh, what a shot, Frank. I mean, this is one you think about at the start of the round. The second at the par 5 13th at Augusta National, and that's how you draw it up.
To get it off that uneven lie and carry Rays Creek and hit it on that skinny little piece of grass. What a great second shot.
He might like this one. He might really like it. I tell you what, lag putting, such an underrated part of the game, and that is well done there. Just like that, it's a birdie here at 13. This 14th hole at 440 yards is a good one. The real challenge here is the green. Two-time Masters champion Ben Crenshaw considered this to be one of the most difficult in golf.
That got a fortunate bounce. Oh, it'll be just fine.
So this, Iona, her second from the fairway.
1-3-1 all the way to the flag today. Wind coming from behind, so you'll need to be careful where you land it.
Inexcusable.
Now, got that up too high, and it didn't want to come back. Safely in. It's a bogey here at 14. And that will not help the cause. On to the final par 5 on this second 9, the now 550-yard 15th. This historically has played well under par, but renovations in 2022 added an extra 20 yards to the hole. Well-placed tee shots to the right side of the fairway create a big advantage, but the risk of running into the pine straw or facing a side hill lie. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well. This is such a tough green to land a ball softly on, and that continues over the back here at hole number 15.
Shot selection so critical from here. Choose wrong and you will find the water.
It's been a tough ride. This would be a nice birdie. Yes, never in doubt. It's a birdie here at 15. Par 3 16th here at Augusta National, and so many of the most indelible moments in the history of the sport happen right here at this short par 3. Well, you have to figure this to be another exciting moment for this young golfer. Frank, you stop to consider how many great moments have taken place here at hole number 16, this beautiful little par 3, and now here you are standing on that tee for the first time as a pro.
Yeah, it's quite incredible, Rich. Not just the hole, but the opportunity too. That ridge that cuts through the green there. So we've seen many a shot look like it's 20, 30 feet, even perhaps right or left of the flag, and then it starts to take the contours and roll. Could it be a hole-in-one? Could it be like a Tiger Woods missing the green on the left and in your life? So 16, it's an opportunity. It's theatre. It's Augusta.
Okay, center of the green. Good shot. A birdie putt now at 16.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a bit of right to left break on this, but that's certainly not the focus. It's a steep slope, so you've got to concentrate and make sure you get this up to the hole.
Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16, and her score is going to stay right where it is. This par 4 17th at 440 yards, one of the most famous in the sport. This is where in 1986, Jack Nicklaus, at the age of 46, made the birdie putt. Vern Lundquist on the call. Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. Second shot upcoming with that pin tucked in the front left. I like the looks of this one.
It was a good strike. I could tell that by the sound as the ball came off the club face. That little bounce and check. Well done.
From 4 feet for birdie. Oh, finishing strong. That's in for birdie here at 17. Well, the difficulty here at the finishing hole, this famous 465-yard par 4 18th, is that you are coming out of a narrow shoot off the tee, and it is steeply up the hill. Good drive, though, puts you in position to maybe make a birdie. On now to the 18th tee. Frank, you know our golfer has to be disappointed that the score isn't a little bit better, but this is kind of how it goes for a lot of folks making that first professional appearance here at Augusta National. You have to gain some knowledge, you know that. And sometimes that comes the hard way.
It does, and I can identify with that, Rich. As my rookie year at Augusta National, my first round was actually one of my worst. So you're preaching to the choir here. You've got to take your licks. You've got to learn something from it. I did. They will as well. There's no way that ball could have gone through the tree, but somehow it did. It's finished up actually all right.
This Nota, her second from the fairway.
152 to the hole. Pin sitting back right. That was the gap wedge. Just a bit late and gonna miss right.
Gonna have to try and give this a good thump to fly it to the hole. Okay, safely on the putting surface out of the sand. Would have maybe liked to run that up a little further, but that's not the worst shot in the world. Precipice of going down, but I do believe it's going to stay out. Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And that will not help the cause. So 1 round in the books. Frank, how would you assess what you saw from this golf course? From Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia, this is EA Sports' continuing coverage of the world of golf. Rich Lerner, so pleased to be joined by Frank Nobilo. And Frank, the setting here at Augusta National, as always, is ideal. You could just sort of sit and watch and soak it all in. But you have to get out there and play. So what are the keys to being successful here?
Getting used to the uphill and downhill lies. your feet. And, of course, then you get to 16, and I'm going to steal a line, from the great Vern Lundquist. Yes, sir. And yes, sir, you know you're playing a beauty.
Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5. "12 feet still to go." And that's what you have to do on a course like this. Take advantage of the par 5s, and that's in for birdie here at the second. So where the second hole, the par 5, is considerably downhill, the 8th is up the hill. You can certainly make an eagle here, but it requires 2 good shots and maybe a little luck. If you play it off the right, it'll kick down and leave you within eagle range. Not where you want to be on a par 5. That's into the bunker off the tee, and there's a giant lip on this one as well. Just got to get this out to a good number per second at the par 5. Okay, that's back into the fairway. Certainly didn't get all of that one, but the end result is a positive. Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short.
This is a tough hole today. And just inside 10 feet after that short shot, so still working very hard to make par.
Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that's in for a par. Hole number 13, this is where you want to turn it over off the tee, then turn it on, turn the tide, make eagle, make the move, make some noise. One hole and 1,000 stories, heroic ones, sad ones. Today, maybe a new one. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. Oh, what a shot, Frank. I mean, this is one you think about at the start of the round. The second at the par 5 13th at Augusta National, and that's how you draw it up.
To get it off that uneven line, carry Rays Creek, and hit it on that skinny little piece of grass. What a great second shot.
So a good lag putt there, Frank.
Yeah, the whole idea of a lag putt, sometimes you build a 3 or a 4 foot circle. Just try and get it inside that. Good putt.
Yeah, that's nicely done. Good playing there as she finishes off her birdie. We come now to the instantly recognizable hole number 15. It's called Firethorn. Traditionally, it has been the second easiest hole on the course, behind only number 13. But it was lengthened in 2022 with an extra 20 yards added on, making that potential carry over the pond with a second shot that much tougher. And this a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. Had half the equation on that shot, the distance. Not quite the accuracy. Missed it. Hair to the right.
Yeah, not quite a foul ball, kept in the ballpark, and see how good you can chip. Oh, way too much ball.
Gonna have to take pretty much a full swing at this one with the putter because this one is into the hill and the hole is cut back. Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par.
You know the rest is coming in, that's coming in. You see the seat, I'm there. You see the check that I'm doing. I mean, so that's that week, coach. Just for that week, for man. Don't want to from the speak, my friend. Make mistakes, and I can repeat them, but don't want to speak on it. Fuck this me and fame. You try to be comfortable and I'm really strong. You know, send me and don't even care. I'm gonna do it, I'm in the mess. But I'm gonna go back to the my nigga, you got the check. She made us teach us all this. Had some other shit in it, but they got the rest. Go to the cool, but she try to put me up. The pay for her. Niggas ain't kind of cool. I don't fuck with it, man. I don't know what you expect. I don't know if niggas heard me, but every nigga that I know, we gon' get you a check. Know that the best fuck with me, I fuck with the best. Nigga, you, I know the rest.
From the Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia, EA Sports so proudly presents the Masters. Today, live second-round coverage of the season's first, and many say most coveted, major championship. Well, if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. We've currently got a tie at the top at 5 under par. Round 2 here at the Masters. We've been watching all the players, like our featured golfer here, those who got their first ever invitation to compete as a professional. Yesterday, round 1 did not go as planned, maybe a little tight. Frank, what's the goal here in round 2?
I think there's several, Rich. The damage is done, let's face it. And winning is nearly, well, that's completely out the window, you would think. So what can you glean from today? And I would look at the round in several little partitions, so to speak. Get off to a good start those first 3 or 4 holes. Try and develop a round. See if you can learn something from Augusta National. Do I really have to aim directly at these flags? Am I reading the wind correctly? And then maybe also, once you start that second 9, you could very well be in contention and make the cut. So therefore, you now have another goal to play that second 9 properly. And realize you're going to have to hit a lot of good shots and be patient. It's runs at Augusta National don't happen by accident.
Well, lesson there, I think, is if you find the bunker, you're just asking for trouble. Short of the green and a lot of work to do to salvage par.
This course really demands every shot in the bag. That's a great little short shot. It's going to be needed today.
Okay, good putt there, but it is a bogey here at 1, and that will not help the cause. So, Frank, this, as we've mentioned, our golfer's second professional round here at Augusta National. You finished 4th here back in 1996. Curious, how long did it take you before you started to kind of get comfortable with the layout and the contours of the greens and all the nuances that you have to become familiar with in order to be successful here?
Well, I certainly don't think you want to get complacent, but to answer your question, I never really felt totally comfortable. But what did help was playing with experienced players like Arnold Palmer, who had played in more Masters than I'd had hot dinners. And what I did glean from them is they look left and right, short and long. I think too often when you're young, and I'm going to say dumb in this situation, you just sort of take this direct line at all these flags. And then when you look at a seasoned player, they're looking for humps and hollows. What's around the hole? In other words, the flag stick is a destination, not necessarily the target. Once I started to learn that, then I realized how you could play Augusta National. And the more players you play with, whether it was a Ballesteros or a Tom Watson, you started to see that was the one common denominator with all the people that was successful around Augusta National. That ball was waving at the hole as it whizzed past.
Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Now, it would be tempting to leave this one short. You can worry so much about the break that you forget to hit it. Demands a firm stroke.
Okay, I'd call that an acceptable effort from that range. Good putt there. It's in for par here at the second. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Now to the short par 4 third, only 350 yards. I think one of the more underrated holes on this golf course. We know those 5 pars plus the 12th on that second 9 get so much attention, and rightly so. But this is a wonderful hole, strategic, and you need some touch here. Nothing to fault there, safely in the fairway.
The strike was fine on the pitch shot. Ball first, then turf. Just wasn't really hit hard enough.
Yeah, no mistaking that one. That is a good par here at the third. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Next up, the stout par 3 fourth here at Augusta National, measuring 240 yards. Middle to long iron is the play here, but accuracy is key with the 2 bunkers protecting the front of that green. The tee shot left her here on the par 3, now a long one for her second. Okay, that's probably about what you'd expect from a wedge, so that's in the acceptable range. Good stop, though it is for a bogey 4. And that's going to move her down to plus 10. We move now to hole number 5, Magnolia, a par 4 at a stout 495 yards. Avoiding the 2 deep bunkers left of the fairway is a must, but a sloped green full of little hollows makes getting an approach to birdie range no small feat. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there.
And a good approach shot, just not quite as close as what you'd like, but still solid.
Look here at birdie.
It's so important to get this one rolling up the slope with just the slightest movement from left to right.
Just gonna sneak on by. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5. And that's going to keep her at 10 over. We make our way now to the 180-yard par 3 sixth, second par 3 on the first 9 here at Augusta. Elevated tee looks down on a 2-tiered undulating green that will absolutely test you. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. "13 feet away." Hang on. That's going to leave about 3 feet. Okay, so that one finished off with double bogey. And she's going to continue that free fall down the leaderboard. On to hole number 7. It is a par 4 at an even 450 yards in length. Anything into the pine trees running the length of the fairway can oftentimes lead to a bogey or worse, with the 3 front bunkers preventing any thoughts of running one up to the green. No issues here. That is into the fairway. Perfect spot to play this second, middle of the fairway. That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Some green to work with as he'll try and lift this one out. Okay, pretty big swing necessary there, and that's not all that bad from that far away. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And she'll remain right where she is. We move now to the 8th here at Augusta. This is an uphill 570-yard par 5. Avoid the fairway bunker off the tee, and reaching into is definitely a possibility. Nope, that's going to get into the bunker right here at 8, and that is not going to be one that you can get a lot of club on. Okay, that's a good, safe play. Get it back out into the fairway. Get some distance if you can, and get set to try and make a good third on this par 5. Needed maybe half a club more there. As it is, needs to get up and down to save par.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and that's going to keep her right where she is. We wrap up the first 9 with the tough 460-yard par 4, known for a treacherous 3-tiered green that slopes sharply from back to front. Approach shots here that don't have enough carry could also wind up rolling a good 30, 40 yards or so back down the hill.
I guess it got the 90% air bit. That ball actually went through that tree.
After a good tee shot, Iona, this her second.
She's looking at 122 yards left to the flag. Pin all the way at the back. He can fly it the full way.
disappointing from that range. I really thought you could hit one in there tight, but instead, once again, tough two-putt now.
Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. She'll brush that one in for her par here at the 9. And that's going to be a disappointing 40 on the first 9, 4 over par. Second 9 begins with a downhill 495-yard par 4 featuring a 60-yard long center bunker short of the green. The first hole until 1935, number 10 traditionally plays harder than any other hole here at Augusta National. Left. And this going to come down and lodge itself in the second cut.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
$18-footer. Nah, the pace was okay, but that needed to be started a bit further out to the right. Okay, that one in for a bogey here at 10. And she'll continue to fall down that leaderboard. We move along to hole number 11 here at Augusta National, now at 520 yards, a par 4. This tee box shifted a bit to the left in 2022, which lengthened the hole a good 15 yards, so that now navigating a tee shot down the right side brings more risk into play. It is on the green, but that will be a tough putt on the way. This one of the longest putts you can have on a golf course, though it is for birdie. sensational. What a putt there from a long way out. That somehow goes down for a birdie. And with it, she'll fortunately get a stroke back. Welcome to the 155-yard par 3 12th. Maybe the most famous par 3 in the world. Hogan's Bridge, Rays Creek, you're familiar with all the names. A bunker in front of the green and two behind. Club selection and trying best as you can to gauge the wind, absolutely critical. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. This going to be her second shot now at the par 3. Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
Oh, it looked like it was in. So, a tough hole. That's in for bogey at 12. And she's going to fall even further down that leaderboard. Now to hole number 13, Azalea. And this one looks a bit different than years past. It is still a par 5, but changes for the 2023 Masters have moved the tee back quite a ways, a full 35 yards, to change the total length from 510 to 545. Oh, this could be trouble. Oh, that is a tough break. That is into that tributary to Rays Creek that runs along this 13th fairway. So now she'll take her drop and get set here to play her third. No, that ball got slowed up by the branches, and it is going to wind up in the hazard. So now, after the drop, time to try again. Yep, played that nicely. That'll work out just fine. This hole really taking its toll now. Okay, not taking advantage of that par 5. It's in for a double bogey 7. And she's going to continue that free fall down the leaderboard. On to the 440-yard par 4 14th, the only hole at Augusta National without a single bunker. The terraced green is the challenge here. The green is up above, and this will play at least a club longer. Straightforward pitch shot here, 35 yards. Okay, not a bad lead. That's a good shot. This from about 10 feet.
Yeah, that's a good roll. And that in for a 6 here at the par 4.
And she'll continue to fall down that leaderboard. On to the final par 5 on this second 9, the now 550-yard 15th. This historically has played well under par, but renovations in 2022 added an extra 20 yards to the hole. Well-placed tee shots to the right side of the fairway create a big advantage, but the risk of running into the pine straw or facing a side hill lie has also been increased.
It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe 2. Decent swing. Don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot.
no. Oh, and that's the danger of overshooting this green. That grass is very tightly mowed beyond, and this is all the way into the water at the 16th.
Been there, done that. It doesn't feel good, especially when they're just short little shots around the green. It feels terrible.
Okay, so problems at the par 5, as that's in for a 7. And she's going to fall even further down that leaderboard. We arrive now at the 170-yard par 3 16th, played entirely over water to a green flanked by 3 bunkers. Like every hole at Augusta, precision off the tee here is key. You can make a birdie. Okay, that one's dancing. Iona's down there. This for birdie.
Well, they often say it's the toughest putt in golf. There's not a lot to it. I think you can take dead aim.
Get up. Get there. Oh, in style. What a putt there at 16. It is down for a birdie. And with it, she'll get a rare stroke back. Next up, the uphill par 4 17th, measuring 440 yards. The Eisenhower tree, you may remember, was removed in 2014 after being damaged in an ice storm, but challenges remain, especially the green, which seems to slope off in just about every direction.
Somehow that ball went through the trees. Actually, it didn't scrub too much speed off it. It's going to be all right.
Now a second here from 167. Oh man, it looked good initially, but rolled off the green and back into the fairway. That stings.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
That's a good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And she'll remain right where she is. We arrive now at one of the most famous finishing holes in golf. 465-yard par 4 18th at Augusta. Uphill, dogleg right, 2 bunkers at the left elbow of the fairway, and 2 greenside bunkers protecting a 2-tiered green. Quite a sight.
Chip shots, you've got to be so precise. You see all the contours of the green. Well, just needed a few more feet out of that one.
Yeah, there's a good putt to save her par here at 18. And that's going to be a round of 82. So this is always a disappointment. Our featured golfer, the rookie, not going to play the weekend here at this major championship.